Erin Burnett Out Front, weeknights at 7, only on CNN.
They feel there should have been a shelter and that would have made a difference. Do you think it would have?
Well, nobody knows. You know, some of the shelters that were utilized collapsed or were destroyed by the tornado. The point is those are decisions that need to be made at the local and state level, not at the federal level. And we can't second guess that. You know, we'll never replace our child or fill that void in our heart. And we ought to do what we can do to prevent this kind of result, but there's only so much we can do, and maybe that's something that, you know, we've put 200 shelters in the last 4 or 5 years in Oklahoma in schools. So it's not like the state hadn't been making an effort.
And I know you said 200 shelters have been put in, and you also point out, I mean, obviously when you look at schools, it is a local decision-making process, but my understanding is there's no law that actually requires shelters or safe rooms in this area and more, whether it be at homes or in the schools. But, you know, of course, there was this horrible tragedy with those 7 children dying in their school that did not have a facility to protect them. Do you think there is a need for a law at a higher level to make sure that this happens so that we never have this kind of tragedy again, or at least you do the best you can to prevent it?
Well, I think, first of all, I certainly don't think there should be a requirement of the federal law. It's none of our business. Second thing is Oklahomans aren't stupid. They'll fix this problem and they'll address it. You know, is the first thing we want to do from Washington is reach in and put our nose in areas. And I guarantee if we make a federal law requiring shelters in schools, they'll cost twice as what it would cost if Oklahoma decides to do it on its own. And they're doing it.
I understand the distinction you're making between a federal decision and a state decision. But should there be a requirement? Because, yes, people are smart, but people also make decisions of, well, I have other ways to spend my money. I don't want to do this. But then when tragedy strikes, can be devastated.
Well, it can be, but again, my answer is absolutely not at the federal level.